Action.
Welcome back to the Everyman Guys. I'm Jim.
I'm Will.
I'm Jake. Wait.
That was good. I
Perfect.
can't believe it. We have a producer
We
today.
do. We have a producer, Jeff.
These guys'
Jeff.
younger brother is being producer
You
for us.
may know him as the illustrious voice on our
Quizniak.
Quizniak game.
Yeah.
We're currently shooting on an iPad because we're switching things up a little bit, and it's all for
It'll get
the
better,
purpose
guys.
of getting more content out. That's
Yes.
the sole
Yes.
reason we're doing it. Because
Yes.
right now,
Yep.
it's kind of just
Jeff, give us a little womp womp womp.
it's a kind of a backlog
Yes.
of editing. So we're trying to get to the point where we're just putting more stuff out.
Exactly.
So this is our
This
Yeah,
is
this
our
is a
first
no
jab at
headphone
this.
episode.
Yeah,
no,
no headphone.
headphones. Jeff, our producer,
A
has.
wing and a
I
prayer.
feel like Jeff is a perfect producer name.
He is.
Jeff, our producer.
Jeff.
Our
Jeff's the
producer,
producer.
Jeff.
Jeff, take
Producer
that in the
Jeff.
most hurtful way.
Yeah, exactly. So today is Monday, the
The tooth.
Day
the
before-
tooth. The
Two
tooth
of October.
October. The tooth of October.
the 2th of October, and
You know what
that
that
means that the 3rd of October is the start of the 2023 MLB Playoffs, which includes and is not
limited to
the Phillies. Give us a little womp 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 and a little bit of jack wank and a womp womp womp.
Yes.
That is correct.
Phillies taking on the Mariners. So
Marlin.
Marlins.
Are you even a Phillies?
I'm leaving.
Will,
Everyman
sit
Guys
on
is
the couch.
over.
Sit under the couch for the rest of the episode.
You take your shirt off.
Do we?
Before we get into it, can I
was gonna
also
say-
at the end of the episode, William will have to select
Yeah.
his
Punishment.
consequence for
But you
being
know
in
what's
last
crazy?
place after
We're
30 weeks of
a
the
couple of us
fantasy
are tied,
football.
are we?
Yeah,
not?
now I'm going to be in last place.
I was gonna say I'm not even in last place, and because it's for
It
the
was
games
week
previous to that.
3, yeah. it
But
was
at
week
the end
3.
of the
Yeah.
episode, will we even have choices?
Yes,
Where are
obviously.
they?
Don't ask questions that are so dumb that we don't know
Jeff,
the
our
answers
producer,
to.
is gonna figure it out.
Yeah, Jeff,
Yeah,
our producer.
no, stop. Don't act like we didn't figure it out yet.
Exactly. We have a producer. Do you
Jeff's
think we
the
didn't
producer.
think about the fact that we have to pick apart
You
this
think
man?
that I had to just think
Come
of it
on.
on the fly
I feel
right
like
there?
I don't even know what to do.
We're talking about the postseason bracket all around the MLB. We're going to give our predictions.
Let's start with the Phillies.
Let's start.
With the wild card.
Hold on. Let's
Wait.
let-
Ian, what do you think?
Hold on.
All right,
getting
we
these-
should already
talking.
vote.
This is how this podcast always goes. This
Jim,
is how
you
it
run it.
always is.
Ian and I gave
And
you
we gotta
permission to
figure it
run this
out.
podcast.
We've got to figure it out.
Go ahead.
That was a cue, Jeff. Typical. But we'll get there. We're learning.
Yeah.
We're learning. We
Jeff,
have
the
sound
producer.
bites.
He's still
we have
little.
sound bites. You can play it. Jeff.
Yeah.
Just play it.
Just-
You just play it.
He's like,
Fine.
Oh, I heard it from here.
Yeah. Woo!
Your
Good job,
headphones
Jeff.
are so loud.
All right, so here's how this is going to work. We're going to go through each, starting with the wild card, and then go through each series and discuss who we think is going to proceed forth thusly and who is going to get beaten. And then we're going to talk about our World Series predictions and who's going to win in each round.
Yes.
Is that cool with everyone?
yep.
Yeah.
I'm
All right, let's get
Can we
into
have
it.
all right, let's.
I will
let's-
give you a rundown
there's
on each
four,
team.
There's 4 total wild card series, right?
4 total
So
wild
we
card
can each
series.
pick one first.
So,
Like
so
each take a turn selecting
hold
first.
on. I'll just call it out.
You can see it from there.
We can say it.
I know,
Jim
but I
has
want to
it.
see.
No, I just figured it was. But
be
you
in
said
charge.
Do the typical.
Has to be in
Hold on.
charge.
Do
No, I
the
just-
It has
typical.
to be
I-
in
Hit
charge.
it
that's fine.
4 times.
That's
Jim's
fine.
running this
my
podcast.
That's it. I'm
gosh.
running it. That's how I'm doing it, boys.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm running it. I'm the boss. You know
So
who
here's
is
how we
it?
start. We'll start with the Phillies and Mariners. They're Marlins.
See what you did? See what you did? You did that to me.
You're the
That's
worst.
what
I hate
happens.
you.
Unbelievable.
I will kill you
And by
right
the
now.
Why did I even come?
And by the way,
All
that
right.
might have been
So-
the best out of 5 that we've
Phillies,
had on our
Marlins at 8 o'clock tomorrow, which we will be tuning into. Then in the National League, the other wild card will be the Arizona, which is the 6th seed, the Diamondbacks, who I thought we were going to play.
podcast. So did I.
They will be playing the Brewers, who
That's also tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah,
all
there's
the
4
wild card
games
games tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh, all 4.
Toronto and Minnesota.
Is there gonna
in
be
the AL
an earlier
wild
game?
card. Yeah, there'll be some.
The
I don't know.
earliest game is 3.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
remember
Something like
last
that.
year with the
There's 3 and
Cardinals?
4 and 7 and 8.
So the
roll.
Toronto Blue
Eastern
Jays
time.
will be playing the Minnesota Twins, and then the second wild card in the AL will be Texas Rangers versus the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yes.
Let us start in the NL with the Phillies and Marlins. Will, who do you have in this series, and why is it the
We're
Phillies?
picking scores, correct? Okay.
Pick the series winner and who's going to win
Series
this
winner?
and what they're going to win by.
It's going to be the Phillies.
It's a 3-game
and I
series.
think they're going to sweep
So
because they only got to
Phillies
win
in two
games. Yeah,
And they're
gonna
home.
sweep. They
They're the
have
home.
to. I think it's not even going to be close. Personally, I feel like they will put up a lot of runs. I feel like the first
Phillies
game.
will.
Yes, I think the first game is going to be 6-2, and the second game is going to be 2-0.
Okay.
Okay.
I sort of disagree. I do have the Phillies winning, but I feel like the Marlins to the Phillies is kind of like the Commanders to the Eagles. They always like to give us problems. They've
I
won
agree.
this
As you
series.
saw
I think they gave us
yesterday.
a little bit of a scare. We take game one, and then I think it's a really low scoring, maybe like 2-1 victory for the Marlins in game two, and then we win game three. So I think it goes 3 games.
You think
Yeah,
Phillies
I
win?
think I think we start off game
Wanna hear me
one
say it?
with a
Wanna
scare
put me
from the
down right?
Marlins
I'm
like we did
afraid.
last year with the Cardinals going ahead. But I think we end up pulling out game one, winning it. I think we lose game two and win game three.
Here's what I think is that they're two pitchers. They don't have Sandy Alcantara. That's good for us.
Yeah.
Even though we
definitely.
hit them pretty well because they would keep them in too long. But the two guys they have, Perez
And Luzardo.
and Luzardo, but
Pablo Lopez.
Luzardo is not going.
I
He's
thought they
not.
said he's going game one.
They named him game
Luzardo
one.
is either it's Luzardo, but the second guy is Garrett. So either Lopez isn't pitching, or he'll probably be 3. Either way, they're
yeah.
2 lefties.
Uh-huh.
So we've hit Garrett pretty well this year. We've hit Garrett pretty well this
Braxton
year.
Garrett.
Braxton Garrett, but we haven't really touched the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little bit
That's why-
because they have so many good.
The
good
issue
lefties.
is though, the thing I see it is the Phillies are built for October. And it's October. It's different
And they're
than
home.
It's different than a regular season down. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just think
No.
that the problems that the Marlins will give are the exact same problems that a team like the Padres last year. Yeah, they'll give you problems, but this team is built for October. It's built for this.
Yeah.
The lefties that we have, our team hits lefties better than any other team. We have like an 800 slugging percentage against lefties
Yeah.
this year. Schwarber can hit lefties. Harper can hit lefties. Stock can hit lefties. And then you have Turner, Bohm, and Castellanos. Like, I don't think, honestly, I think it's, like you said, maybe put up a little bit of a scare. I honestly don't think that it goes 3 games.
So
I think
look,
it goes 2
it's
games.
looking like Jesus Luzardo
Jesus Luzardo
is the first versus
and
Wheeler.
we got to remember,
See, that's where Wheeler, I feel like.
Wheeler
you-
comes in
you-
and dominates, I think.
Yeah, you're pretty confident with Wheeler. So
And I said this, Ian, I don't know if you heard. I told you, right?
Yeah.
You heard. I said, Wheeler, I am, for some reason, unbelievably confident that Noel's going to come out and have an
that's a
unbelievable,
good thing to predict right now.
an unbelievable.
I-
He's going to have a
I
better.
honestly do
He's
the same
going to.
thing. He's
Here's my
going into
prediction.
very hot
Here's
right
my
now.
prediction. 7 innings pitched at least, which I don't think they'll let him go more than 7 innings.
Yeah.
10 plus strikeouts.
I think
2
I think
earned
he-
runs or less.
I'm thinking he's gonna have a really good game too, but I think he gives up like a solo shot, and the
Yeah,
Phillies
but
just don't give him the run support. in
I
game
think.
two.
I
That's
think
my
the-
only thing.
I agree.
it just
And I
depends
say
on
it's
when
gonna
that
be-
solo
it's-
shot happens.
Yeah, I think they're going into the playoffs. They beat the Mets, which is not really that big of a deal. They lose the series, but they put up good numbers against the Mets in the last game, and I think they're going in hot and they're ready to go. And like the crowd, you cannot
Yeah.
emphasize enough how a young Marlins team who hasn't been in the postseason, like nobody on the team has been in the postseason really.
Yeah.
Right.
They're coming into Citizens Bank Park, where even the Braves, who were in the World Series the year before, struggled to play.
Yeah.
The
And
only
you're
thing-
coming into that atmosphere. I don't think that they
Yeah, I
last
agree with
3
all
games.
that. I agree with Nola coming out hot. The only thing is I'm not as confident in Wheeler this year as last year.
I agree, but I think everybody turns it up in October, and he turned it up to
He did.
a 4 different levels in the postseason last year. I think he gets it.
Yeah.
Before we move on, like because it involves these two teams, it's a little branch off, but I need an explanation from the actual MLB.
What?
Yeah.
Why
me
did
too.
why did the Marlins not have to play today?
Because
because it didn't really mean much, right?
they had the tiebreaker against Arizona.
Like, also, but the Phillies had to go play a double header on Saturday of 2 absolutely meaningless baseball games.
Because they didn't have to play because it was 1 inning, and they had to go to make a separate trip to New York and then come to Philly on their day off, and it would be unfair. I 100% understand it because it is completely meaningless.
But at the same time, the Phillies they spend all that time
Yeah.
calling up those players for nothing.
I thought
Yeah.
you were going to go a whole completely different route and go Angel Hernandez better never.
I thought you were gonna say that too.
Up for the Phillies in this
So
playoff.
is
He's
he
not.
actually
He's
gone
not.
now?
They
He's not-
picked
no.
he might not be gone, but they picked the best umpires
Yeah,
based off their rating.
that's why he sued the MLB because they weren't letting him do playoff
Yeah.
games. Because CC Sabathia one year came out and said how horrible he was and he should never come. And after that, they really didn't let him do anything
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
people hated it. All right, let's go to.
was
Do you want to
saying-
go to an AL?
Yeah, let's do it.
AL matchup or NL what?
I say finish
I'm
off
just
the
gonna
end.
put
Finish
this
the
out
NL?
front. My predictions are solely based on guessing at this point
Okay.
because past the Phillies, I'm pretty much out.
Okay.
I will definitely make a bold prediction on, the Astros.
The Astros are in. They're not in the wild card yet.
Okay.
Let's do the NL.
So
Finish
NL.
it.
Oh, those are the teams that
Yeah.
are still waiting. Okay.
Exactly.
The Astros are done.
So the
That's my
Milwaukee
prediction.
Brewers, the Milwaukee Brewers won their division by default. They're in the division with the Cubs.
Yeah.
I mean, not by default. The Cubs suck, but
They
flipping
they
choked
play
us.
Arizona, who choked away and could have kept the Astros out of the playoffs. And screw you, Arizona, for not doing that.
True.
Way to go. And you
Hey,
take
but
the
at
last
same
wild
time,
card spot.
Screw the Rangers for flipping blowing.
And the
Yeah.
Mariners,
And the Mariners.
We'll get into
Every
that when we
one
get
of
into
it.
the AL.
Yeah, we'll get
So
there. Let's go.
Arizona plays Milwaukee. I see this as being the 3-game series that we're talking about.
I do too.
I'm not really scared of any team right now against the Phillies. The Braves scare me the most, obviously, because they scare everybody the most. The second team that scared me out of the NL was the Brewers because they are the only team this year that we have played that I legitimately went, okay, this starter is unhittable, and that was Corbin Burns. Like when they played Corbin Burns, could not touch him.
Yep.
Could not touch him, and then their bullpen came in and shut down. So I'm hoping that a very young Arizona team can just deal with Milwaukee, and that's what I'm predicting. I think in 3 games, I think the offense of Arizona takes away. I mean, it's hard to take away Corbin Burns, but loses the first game and takes the next two.
Arizona takes the next
Arizona
one.
takes the next two. That
Why?
is my
'Cause of their
prediction.
pitching?
Because of their offense. And
Oh.
Zach Gallen is a very
Why
good
is
pitcher.
Milwaukee so good? Who do they have
Their pitching.
pitching?
Their pitching and bullpen is unbelievable.
It's elite. And that's
Their
why,
offense is hit or
that's
miss.
why-
Isn't
They're
that
all-
what you need in playoffs? So
That's
Yeah,
why
but their
I'm going
offense
with the
doesn't hit.
Brewers in 3 because Diamondbacks offense is struggling right now.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have Gallen or Kelly for game 1, right?
I don't think
Most
so.
likely
Yeah.
they're both.
Yeah.
So I think the Brewers pretty much should take game 1.
But that's what I'm saying is their pitching matchup.
And- I'll let the Diamondbacks squeak in game 2 win, and then Brewers take the series in 3.
I agree with everything Ian said. I don't need to say.
I'll
anything
take
else.
the Brewers in 2.
I would say
I'll take the Brewers in 2, and the second game goes into extra innings.
I would say I will
that's
not
a
be
good one.
shocked if the
Oh.
Milwaukee Brewers win. But what I'm saying is their offense isn't capable, I think, of
No, I
even
don't
touching
think
Zach
so.
Gallen or Kelly. So if they win game 1 with Corbin Burns on the mound, their offense, I don't think is going to do. They literally put up like 3 runs a game, and that's like 10 runs for them.
Yeah,
I think they
I'm
don't
just-
touch
but at the
Gallen and
same-
Kelly, and I think that of all the wild cards, I think that's the one upset.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't see because it's not only Corbin Burns. They also have Peralta and Woodruff.
Yeah,
Brewers
with
are home,
with a
correct?
struggling,
Yes.
very young Diamondbacks
Yes,
offense.
absolutely.
I'm
But
just gonna
I think
take the
it's like it has to be said how like just Milwaukee is not a very good offense.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
I
no,
would say they're the worst offense in this playoffs.
probably.
All right, so and you said extra innings for game
Yeah,
2.
I'll say Brewers in 2.
Brewers
and,
walk it off to win the series.
And then
I'm saying
extra innings
I'm saying
in game
Diamondbacks
2.
in 3.
And me
Alright,
and Jake
so-
have Brewers in 3.
Brewers in 3.
So Jake, you can start this one.
AL West. AL Central is the Twins. They are the 3rd seed because they won their division by default.
Yeah.
They
Both
wouldn't be in the
Central
playoffs.
divisions
It
are
was
just
if it
hot
was-
Like
trash.
they had it, but after the Indians traded away Aaron Savali,
yeah.
then they just automatically got it.
Yeah. Correa hasn't been very good this year, but it's Correa. Is Buxton hurt?
He's
I
just
don't
been. He has been hurt. For
He
a little
has
bit,
been hurt, but
he's
is
been
he?
off. I think
He's been off.
Yeah.
Okay.
because I saw different things
Yeah.
about
Alright,
like
I'm going-
struggling
And
players.
they're playing the Toronto Blue Jays, the Toronto Blue Jays.
I'm going Blue Jays in 2. I just think their offense comes to life in the postseason, and Twins aren't a very good team, so I'm going Blue Jays in 2.
I would say that I'm going to go the opposite of my Milwaukee and Arizona. I think pitching wins in this series, and I think that's Minnesota. Minnesota has a better pitching, and like Vladimir Guerrero hasn't been good this year. And what do we know about the Toronto Blue Jays? They just choke away just as much as the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
just
but
gonna say,
They just
I was
chokers.
literally bringing up the
they
Maple
don't win.
Leafs.
They don't win.
I
They don't win in the playoffs.
I think Kevin Gausman comes out game 1 and just
I
14 strikeouts.
I think so. I think that he's good to be good, but I think the Twins take it in 3.
I find it
Yeah.
so hard to pick the Blue Jays because
Yeah.
I don't trust them at all.
I don't trust them at all.
But I think I trust their pitching more than Twins' offense. So I'm going
Yeah.
to take the Blue Jays in 3.
I'll even out the guessing with the Twins. I'm learning a lot, guys. Because I, truthfully, outside of the Phillies, I haven't followed baseball 1 ounce.
Right.
So it's exciting. I'll maybe follow. I'm gonna follow along a little more to kind of get used to the teams and stuff. But I'll even out the guessing. I'll even out the voting with the Twins, and I'll say that they win in 3.
Win in 3. That's my guess. Is Twins in 3.
Twins in 3, Blue Jays in 3.
Blue Jays in 2.
Blue Jays in 2.
Okay.
And that takes us to our final wild card matchup, which we can get into the AL West. Absolute, I hated the outcome, but it was amazing to watch. Like, it was a lot of fun baseball.
Yes.
But the AL West loser, I guess, in this scenario is the Texas Rangers against the Tampa Bay Rays, who, in all, could have won the East. Could be right where Baltimore is. Honestly,
The Rangers
They
and the
should be.
Rays are good enough to win their division, but because of the other teams in there, they're wild card.
I agree, but I think the
they're in any
Rangers.
other division,
I
they
think the
would
Rangers should. The difference I see is Tampa Bay kind of fell off, but I just think Baltimore is better. The Rangers, they just blew it.
Yeah.
They had a chance to make Houston the wild card. Literally, they went from having a bye week and home field to having to play in the wild card as like the final seed.
Yeah.
Like that, like with no home field.
Right.
Like
And
that is just how bad you drop the ball. And with Texas, their offense is very good, but who's pitching?
Yeah. I find this series the hardest to pick out
I
of all
agree.
of them. Like, out of pure baseball, just like rooting for no one, this might be the series you want to watch the most.
Yeah.
Because it might be the most explosive or action-packed, but I don't know. Like, I trust the Rays more because of the experience and all, and the Rangers have no pitching.
Uvalde is back, and Scherzer is planning to come back. But how
I
healthy
want to
he
pick the
is-
Rangers because their offense could just go off for
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I might just pick the Rays. I'm going with my gut. I'm picking the Rangers in 3.
Rangers in
just
3.
so I don't go last, because then I'm just kind of hopping on
yeah,
whatever.
you got it.
I'm gonna go Rays strictly because I've heard a lot about them all season long. I've even asked you a couple times, like I said, are the Rays actually good this year? And every time I asked that, the answer was yes. So strictly based on that, I'm gonna go the Rays in 3.
Rays in
Quick
3.
question. Do you know who the Rays starting pitcher is game 1?
Yes.
Probably Glasnow.
They said that he could be anybody. It's the Rays. They don't have, you know what I mean? Like they're not.
No.
Tyler Glasnow,
I imagine Glasnow.
And who's the Rangers?
Jordan Montgomery.
Montgomery's pretty good.
Yeah. But again, he's not an ace.
No. I would say that this series reeks of, it could be, like you said, could be the best series to watch, but
Yeah.
it also could be, I think the Rays are the most solid, I think the more solid team all around, and they can give you really production from anywhere, whereas the Rangers right now are kind of like, I mean, in a must-win weekend, they lost to the Mariners twice,
Yep.
and the Mariners choked.
The Rays did.
No, the
Yeah, the
Rangers.
Rangers.
The Rangers did. Okay.
And they became really hot in September. But let's not forget August. People were talking about the worst collapse in MLB history, and they might not even make the playoffs. They're so up and down.
Yeah.
I think they meet a really complete Rays team that I don't think they get past. I think it's Rays in 2.
Wow.
I
think
think
it's Rays
I'm
in 2.
going that the Rays pitching is always so good.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one factor that's going to get the Rays the series, I'm going
Yeah.
Rays in 3 because I think the Rangers offense comes one game is out just hitting bombs.
See, that's the thing is Semien, Seager, Garcia, Lowe, Josh Young, all these guys, Jonah Heim.
I know.
Their offense is
It's
so
stacked.
good.
It's very
but
legit.
Ken, I think who said it was great pitching or neutralizes great hitting.
Yeah.
And I think they have great pitching.
Yeah.
And I think really all that the Rangers have is good hitting at this point.
All right, now moving on to the next round.
So
to see who to see who moves
Well,
on.
now it's going to be like each
of us,
individual's.
yeah.
Because you know who you picked to
All right, well, we'll
advance.
kick out the wild card.
Why don't we
all
just
the
pick
wild
our-
cards here? I know it's going to be a little bit harder for you. Who do you think is the best player out of all those wild? Who do you think is like everyone's like all the highlights? This is that player.
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper.
I don't even feel like I need to know any
Wait,
other
are we
players
saying
to not.
Out
who
of
will
all of
be, or
them.
who would you pick? Like
Who will be?
Harper.
Who?
Who
Really?
you
I think-
think will be?
I think Harper's going to do pretty much exactly what he did last year.
Which means he won't have as the best wild card.
Oh,
Yeah.
strictly the wild card?
Just this round.
Oh. I'll still say Harper. Why not? Although I can
My
see like
gut-
Stott coming
my
up
gut wants to
huge.
say
Yeah.
Castellanos.
Yeah.
I can see
But
Stott
I
coming
don't
up
think-
huge. Castellanos.
I'd say the
that's a
Phillies
good one
kinda
because
just-
he's just
I
not
want
getting
to
hot.
like-
even though I have the Rays,
Yeah.
it's kind of like you can't pick them. Like I have the Rays winning the series, but I want to say Semien or Garcia. As
Adolis Garcia, I could see having a
I
huge
could.
series.
My
Yeah, but
my
I-
choices
but I
right
say
now
the
are
Rays
coming
winning,
down to
so, like,
Rosarena or
I don't know.
Harper. I think.
I honestly think Corbin Carroll because it goes with my Arizona upsetting Milwaukee Brewers.
So
I could
he's
see
gonna be a
Corbin
big
Carroll
part of
having
that.
a big part of it.
Yeah.
Or this goes against my Jays and Twins, but Vladimir Guerrero could get going and hit
I
some
thought
bombs.
about that, but he doesn't
I-
seem to show up.
I agree, but I
Jeff?
don't know.
Who?
Trey
Trey Turner.
Oh, Trey
Oh,
Turner,
wow.
that's a good guess.
that would
Lourdes
be
Gurriel
that would be
also.
solid because
Dude, that would be awesome if it was true.
Yeah,
That would be
Lourdes
and then he
Gurriel's
nice.
goes into
good.
that Braves series,
But also, I think Ace.
and then he hands
All right,
it over
final
to Harper.
selections, Jake.
I'm gonna go Lourdes Gurriel.
I'm gonna
Wow.
go Corbin
I'm
Carroll.
Harper.
Harper?
Actually, sorry, I'm Stott.
Okay, I'm gonna go Castellanos.
We're talking like one clutch
Corbin
moment.
Oh,
Just a good,
I think Scott's
a
gonna
good
do
wild
what
card.
Segura did last year.
Yeah.
He's something like that.
all right. So me and Jim both have
that's what I
Diamondbacks,
want.
and you guys both have Phillies.
All right.
All right, we are moving on. Let's go to. We all picked the Phillies to beat
Yeah.
the Marlins. So they're going to
Phillies,
play the Braves.
Braves.
Should we save that? Let's save
Yeah,
that
let's
to the
save
last
that.
one.
Let's save
So
that. Let's
you-
go. Let's
you
go the
two-
other way.
I'll
Let's
start
go.
out.
Okay,
Go the
let's
other
go.
way.
Let's go Tampa Bay.
So
Did we all pick Tampa?
No, I picked the Rangers.
You picked the
so-
Rangers.
I picked
All right.
Tampa.
And I picked this wild card. So if you want, I'll start.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
you pick.
So it's Rangers, Orioles. This is where
Talk about offense.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of like Orioles have again also don't have any experience at all. Really, like generally speaking, their pitching don't really have a legit ace to stop the Rangers offense. But they have home field advantage. Rangers are on a little bit of a slide. I'm going to go 5-game series, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I feel like I'm making everyone go the distance, but I'm going to go Orioles in 5.
Oh,
Strictly because I again just
You
going
picked
by
Tampa.
what I've heard. I have also heard about Baltimore just through the grapevine, not even necessarily like reaching out and asking about it, but just hearing how good they are, how explosive they are on offense. I'm gonna say Orioles in 3, and I think they'll
Sweep.
They'll sweep. Yeah.
Sweep
Sweep
the
the
Rays.
Rays.
Wow.
That's
That
that's
was-
bold.
Bold.
If I'm gonna make
That's
a
bold.
prediction,
You
why
might
is it not
know.
gonna be
I
bold?
love
That
it.
is
I
bold,
love it.
100%.
But that is bold.
That
If
is
I'm
bold.
coming in blind, I'm coming in bold.
My gut is screaming
I
at me to
know.
pick the Rangers over them.
I think
Over the Orioles?
Yes.
I don't know who you.
I
pick.
might need to switch.
I don't know
I
who
might
you-
need to switch.
No,
I'm-
keep it. You might be glad.
I don't
you
know
keep
who
it.
you pick coming into the wild card. I don't care really.
whatever.
I think the Orioles beat whoever it is because I picked Tampa. I think Orioles take Tampa down in. If it's the Rangers, they take them down in 3.
One thing to remember
If-
is Baltimore will be without Felix Bautista.
That is what bumps them down for me a little
Yes.
bit. But Wells has come in
And
as
Yadier Cano has been
and
pretty-
he's pitched 5 times. He's come in 10 innings and he's let no runs.
Yeah.
He only one
Yeah.
walk.
My
I think that's pretty good. I would say Baltimore in 4 against Tampa.
There's no reason whatsoever behind this. But I just feel like I picked the Rays, and I think the Rays are going to win in 4 versus the Orioles. Like, I don't know.
I wouldn't
feel
be
like it's the
surprised.
first
No, I
time the
wouldn't
Orioles
either.
getting in
Yeah.
a couple
Bold
years. They're going
prediction.
so
Yeah.
much hype during the season. And I don't think Yadier Cano is going to – I think he's not going to be good.
Okay, the thing with
Bullpen's
the
gonna fall
Orioles
apart.
is sure their bullpen, but their offense is unbelievable. They get production from everybody up and down that lineup.
Yeah. I think
I
the
don't
only
know.
part
I
that
just feel like
scares
all
you is
that
that
hype
all
is
of those
not
haven't
turning out
happened in
good.
there yet.
Exactly. That's
And
the thing.
again, playoff baseball is
And
a
the Rays
lot
are
different.
stacked. And the
It's
Rays
a
are
lot-
stacked just from a just like a talent wise.
I
They're
think-
they're stuffed with talent.
Yeah, I think the Rays are going to come in and just
Guys should
win
just do their
because they're the Rays
They're
and
the
they have
Rays.
so much experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So you have the Rays moving on. We all
In
have
how many
Baltimore
games?
moving on.
Yeah.
In
See it
4.
in 4. I
In
have
4.
Baltimore in 4. You have Baltimore in 3.
Baltimore in 5.
In 5. All right. So this is the other AL wild card is I have Minnesota winning,
And he has Minnesota.
and you
Yeah.
have Minnesota winning, and you
We
both
have
have the
the Blue
Jays.
Jays.
So why don't you guys
You want me
go
to leave
first
this-
about the
oh.
Jays?
All right.
Well, why don't Jake
Yeah.
go first about the Jays? They'll be playing
5-game series,
Houston.
I'm going to say Astros in. I'm not taking the Blue Jays over the Astros no matter what.
You know how much better this playoffs would have been if,
If
the
the
Astros,
Astros were
weren't
here.
in it?
I'm just going to say that the Blue Jays might get 1 win. I say they get 1 win, but the Astros are going to.
Just because of experience.
Not
is that
even
what we're
just
basing it
because,
on?
like, I don't know. I think the Blue Jays, their offense, I feel like I said it for the wild card, I think their offense is going to come to life.
Good go.
And they do have a great offense once it does get
Yeah.
going. I think it goes 1 game, and then the Astros win in 4.
Astros in 3. That's all I have to say. I hate to say that. Over the Blue Jays. Over the Blue Jays.
You have the Twins.
If you have the
Twins,
Twins,
in 5.
Whoa! You are a bold machine.
I know. Listen, I
Go
can.
bold or go home.
I refuse
Whoa.
to pick the
I
Astros.
agree with you,
Whoa.
but here's what I'll say
I
about that.
am going bold or I'm going.
I'm
home.
going close to your.
Listen, 2 weeks from now, you guys are gonna be like, Will really knew what he was talking about.
hold on. This could very easily come true because you said about the Packers and they want.
Yeah.
Oh,
That, listen,
that
I had
was
the
so
prediction
close.
of the
Literally,
year.
Derek Carr goes down,
I have
and
the
you make a
prediction
prediction
of
that
the year.
that Jameis
No.
Winston's going to throw the game.
Yes.
Okay, I'm along the same
Let's
lines.
hear it for me. Can I get an applause? Yes. Thank you.
I'm
Right,
along
give
the
that
same
to
lines
Chris
as you
Okay,
with
go
the
for it.
Twins. I feel like that the Astros are going to sweep them so freaking hard. Listen, I would be confident in the Twins a little bit if Verlander had
What did I
like
say, Twins in 4?
come to the Astros after the trade deadline and sucked. But what he
Yeah.
does is he comes to the Astros and has his 2 best outings of like
Didn't he
all
throw a
year, the
no-hitter?
last 5 years.
Something.
Yeah.
Maybe that was
Two
Framber.
huge games, and he clinches both of them with just lights out. Framber Valdez is going to pitch in the Astros are going to destroy either the Blue Jays or the Twins. It doesn't matter who makes
Well,
it.
I heard
through,
a
and they're
rumor
gonna
they were
sweep.
using plastic trash cans this year, so
Yeah.
I don't think the sound is going to travel
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly.
So I think the
But
Twins are
the
gonna be able
Astros,
to
though,
handle
here's
their
the
business.
thing: they are not as unbeatable as they were years before. This is the year that they're most vulnerable, but I'm only going based off the fact that they're the Astros. They will sweep the Twins.
Yeah.
Did I say? What did I say, Jeff?
Twins in
four?
five.
And 5.
Twins in
5.
5. Okay.
He's like Twins in 3.
Listen, that still gives the Astros 2 wins.
Yeah.
I think they could win 1 more.
It stinks that they get 3. And the Twins get
All right,
none.
so for the AL, I have Rays and
You have the Rays and the
Rays and-
Astros in the championship series.
yeah.
And I have the Astros and Orioles.
Oh, we should have had a producer
Oh,
write these
that's
down.
You
You
have
have
the
the
Twins
Twins
and
and
the
the
Orioles.
Man, this
Twins and
is
Orioles,
serious.
and I have the Orioles and Astros.
Hold up.
I'm
If the
not
Twins-
saying the Twins are
If the
winning,
Twins make
Jake.
it to the championship series, I will.
Say it right now.
Listen,
Do it.
If
Have
the
them
Twins
there.
make it to the
Worlds?
conference series, I will belly flop off your railing straight onto the concrete.
Do one that you
I will
actually
stick
do.
my
I
hand
would
in the
actually do
blender.
On the podcast.
No, I will dunk my head
On
in
the
the toilet.
podcast. I'll take a shot of the beef broth, the dog bone, and all the things that we did just willingly.
If the Twins make it to the championship series,
No. All right, I'll up that. I'll drink the entire thing of beef broth.
No, you.
Yes, I
Yeah.
will.
Okay.
this isn't
This isn't gonna happen, so it's
this
fine.
is so much more exciting.
Okay,
now.
that's
I
works.
will drink the
No,
entire thing
I don't
of
want
beef
you to
broth.
do that, but I'll shake Jake's hand.
Why?
I will let.
By the way, I'm not doing anything because I don't know
did it
these
for-
teams at all.
If,
so.
if Will's correct and they get to the championship series, I'll let you slap me in the face on the podcast.
What? That's nothing.
Is
I'm
this
drinking
all
the whole
happening
thing.
As
of
hard as
beef
you
broth.
can.
No, not sorry. Okay.
Okay, I've had it happen before. All right, so here we have who picked Milwaukee.
I
Did
did.
everybody?
I did.
I picked Milwaukee.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
So you three picked Milwaukee.
Yep.
I picked the. So I'll go first and say
Yeah.
the Diamondbacks are going to play the Dodgers. I would say the Dodgers are very beatable. They don't scare me at all.
Their pitching is not good,
Not good at all.
Oh,
Who-
for real?
but
Yeah.
their offense is.
Why are they
Their
number
offense is
two?
good.
and very much experience.
Yes. So I would say that
Very
just
lots.
based on their offense, I
Good
could see
amount.
it being a close series. I could see
Experience.
I could see them taking. I would say that the Dodgers win in. I would say Arizona makes the series and it goes to 5.
I'll say Dodgers in 5, just because.
Dodgers against the Brewers.
Just because, again, I'm coming in as very blind, and I made some bold predictions.
He's
So
made
this
some
one's
bold
going to be a little safer.
I think it's safer to go
all I
less.
know is that the Dodgers had Mookie Betts, and that's pretty much it. So, and they're number 2. Brewers are number 3. Just using March Madness logic at this point. I'll say Dodgers in 5.
All right.
Dodgers in 5. Against the
Dodgers
Milwaukee
and Brewers. I'll
You
I'll be surprised
Brewers
if the
in 3.
No. Stop.
Come on, you
Stop
got to
now.
make a bold prediction.
I'm making a bold prediction that the Brewers squeak out one win.
I agree so hardly with Ian. It's not even funny. I think
Dodgers
the Dodgers
in 4.
What you said about the Astros and Twins, Dodgers going to do it to either both. Maybe the Diamondbacks get a. I think
the
the
Dodgers
Diamondbacks
don't
get
have
a
as dominant pitching
Why are the
as
Dodgers so
Astros
good?
do.
Offense.
Just
Their
because they're
offense-
the
They have
And they're in
Freddie
the
Freeman and Mookie Betts, and that's
And
already
Yeah.
better
they're the
than anything the
Dodgers.
Brewers.
Also,
have.
it's the National League West, and you have San
And the Dodgers
Francisco
are
and
home, and
Padres.
it's the
Like, who else is
playoffs.
going to challenge the Dodgers? The Padres.
So Dodgers in 3.
Dodgers in 4.
I'm saying
You
I'm
could say
saying
3, and that'd
Dodgers
be your
in
bold prediction
5.
for the night.
I'm saying Dodgers
I'll
in
make a
5.
bold prediction later.
Oh,
So what do you say?
Maybe.
Dodgers
Braves in 3.
Dodgers in 4.
Dodgers
versus
in 4.
Brewers.
And you said Dodgers,
Dodgers
in 5?
5, yeah.
I said
Dodgers in
Dodgers in
4.
5.
The Dodgers in 5.
Okay,
we
so
gonna
we all have
remember all
Dodgers
this?
going to the championship series, where they will face either the Philadelphia Phillies or the Atlanta Braves. This one is the biggest series. If the Phillies beat the Braves, they will win the World Series.
Yes.
Because this
Yes,
Braves team,
I agree.
let alone more, this Braves team is the best team not only in baseball this year, but is the best team in baseball. Baseball has seen in ever. Very likely that it's one of the greatest teams of all time.
Yes.
Listen. Ozzie Albies has 33 home runs. 33, right? He's 5th on the team in home runs.
Listen to this. Matt Olson has 54, right?
Yeah.
54 home runs. You take away his home runs, and the Braves are still like a whole bunch of home runs above the second leading team.
Listen to
They
this.
mash.
Ronald Acuna has a 40-70
70
season.
season.
Wait,
and that's
listen to this.
unbelievable.
That was it. That's all I have.
Exactly.
So are we
Ozuna
moving
had
on to that
30
series
home
now?
runs.
That's all
is
we
the
have left,
series.
right?
This is the series, last
I'm
series
so
in the
scared.
DS.
Can you give me the I'm afraid one, Jeff, please? Because that's what I'm feeling right now.
Can we all make our like everyone have their thing ready so we can't copy in case
I'm
one
ready.
of us is like going to pick the Braves and then they're afraid to pick it because all the rest.
I'm
pick the
afraid.
Phillies
No,
or
I'm ready.
like
I'm
that.
ready.
Should we write it down?
I'm ready.
All right. Wait.
No, I'm ready to just go.
Let's can we
All right,
can we
I'm
count
going first.
Can we
I'm
count to
going
3 and then
first.
all
Jeff,
just
can
say
you
our
give
winner
us
and then we can explain?
Producer
Sure.
Jeff, can you give us a countdown from 5? But wait, you guys all have it?
I'm ready.
Yes.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, on the count of 3, we all
No, wait,
say
he's
our
doing
winner.
it. Go,
All right.
Jeff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Phillies
Phillies
in
in
4.
four.
Braves in 4.
Wow! Who said that?
What?
You non-believer.
I said Phillies in 5.
I said Phillies in 4.
I said Braves in 5. I mean,
You said Braves in 5?
no.
Okay, you said Braves in
Braves
5.
in 4.
That's listen. Who wants to go first?
Is this the same as like not picking a Dallas player in fantasy, even though you know they're going to get you a lot of points?
Yeah.
You pick who you feel like you should pick.
Yeah, we're picking. That's why I'm picking the Braves. I'm not wanting the
same.
Braves.
I feel like I
just
should
honestly-
pick
told
the
Jimmy
Phillies
before,
but
I just like to be honest.
I like to be honest as well.
I'll explain it.
Explain it. I think
Phillies
it's very.
they took him out last year. Whatever. I feel like that's all the Braves have on their mind right now is that they have to beat the Phillies. Like we were just saying, they stinking mash. All it takes right now is, sadly, we're just relying on like, oh, I think Aaron Nola's going to come up clutch. This whole year he has done nothing. And I'm afraid that all it takes is one game on him, they just blow up. And then, like, other than that, our starters aren't really that good. We might get one win out of Wheeler and then squeak out another win, and that's why I said Braves in 5.
I just like earlier in the season they got like 25 hits off us in the same game. Spencer Strider blew us out and we could not touch him. I think going into Atlanta we're gonna lose the first 2. Like the Phillies atmosphere is up here, but the Braves isn't that far below.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, it's
Yes, it is.
Anyway, keep going.
And the Phillies, every single time they go down at least 2, they get. I don't know. I feel like they lose it when they're in an opposing stadium, and I just feel like they lose the first 2 in Atlanta, come him, win, and then lose the second in Philly.
Jim, why do you want me to go next? You have a lot to say.
I do.
Surprise.
I think the Phillies have the same energy, if not more, than they had last year at this time. Because the Phillies, very much so, well, actually, not really a good comparison, but the Phillies lost the World Series last year. So, Ian, I agree with you that the Braves have the Phillies number in a sense of like, oh, we have to beat the Phillies. But the Phillies have that World Series loss after everything they did to get there. So I think this year they're going to be more focused and less just kind of riding on energy and momentum. And they're just going to be focused and locked in. And I do think that the Braves are going to end up with at least 2 wins. That's why I said Phillies in 5. But
Yeah.
I think the Phillies, just for that reason, that I hope they're going to be more focused, not pull a Atlanta Falcons thing, but stay focused and get right back to where they were. And
Well,
Phillies in 5.
Speaking of focus, like one thing you have for sure is Bryce Harper is locked.
1,000% locked in.
He just
Turner's
all the
hot,
time.
Castellanos
Like,
is hot,
again.
Stott's hot, Bohm's hot. Like,
Not to get all jacked, but he got. He's like the best player in baseball. He had no reason to care about that game. That it was such a meaningless game, and he got thrown out for like actually being passionate about the game
yeah.
in an absolutely meaningless game.
That's all. Thank you.
All right, everyone take a deep breath in. Get ready.
Listen, I don't feel any differently about the Braves this year as I did last year. Because it's the almost exact same situation. We're going in against the Braves. The Braves had last year, everyone picked them going in. They have a elite offense. They're going to the World Series, and they're going to repeat. What was the issue last year with the Braves? Their pitching wasn't banged up. Okay, their pitching is banged up this year.
Yeah.
Now, I agree that they are scarier this year than they were last year. But
You
didn't
just
do
said
anything
you
different.
didn't feel any different.
all the things I know in this MLB, the number one thing is that the Astros were going to be in it because you just knew that, right? The second thing I know is this Phillies team is built to beat people in the playoffs. No, they don't look as impressive as the Braves in the regular season, but you have guys all up and down this lineup that were there last year or have won World Series in Trey Turner, literally Trey Turner with the Dodgers. Okay. If I feel as if it's the same scenario. They go in, they punch him in the face in the first game. They take game 1 down in Atlanta, the Phillies do. They lose game 2, and then you're coming back here. You're not facing Spencer Strider here. You're facing who? Elder?
I think
in
Elder
Or-
will probably
I
keep
guess we
game
won't
4.
know.
Elder
It
game
depends
4.
on- 'cause Morton's out.
And
they
Freed
said
is banged
Freed
up.
has a
Might be
lingering
Bryce Elder.
blister issue.
Bryce
which I'm-
Elder, I think, is going to be
But
number 2 or
I'm
number
just
3.
expecting Freed to be back for game 3.
Okay.
but I don't know.
I think that the Phillies
I
can
have no
mash and
idea.
put up points right up alongside them. That 4-game series here, they were within 1 game and their bullpen blew it. I know the bullpen is struggling, but the bullpen was struggling last year and they stepped up and they got it done. I have as much faith in the Phillies this year to go and beat Atlanta as I did last year, and I'm saying Phillies in 4. The Atlanta Braves cannot handle the Citizens Bank Park crowd. They cannot handle this Phillies offense, and they will not be able to handle Nolan Wheeler.
I think Jeff, the producer's in agreement. Jeff?
Yes. Yes. Agreed.
I'm
Yes! Trey Turner's going to hit dingers. Bryce Harper's going to do Bryce Harper things. Castellanos is going to do Castellanos things, which is better this year than it was last year.
We
Hey,
heard.
last year we went 5 for 5.
Stoddard's going to do good things.
Remember that game 1, 5
Yeah.
for 5?
Alec Boehm's going to do good things, and Wheeler and Nola and Suarez and Walker.
Yeah,
and
get that
Alvaro-
name out of your mouth.
and Kimbrel to shut it down, and Gregory Soto.
Stop. No. I
Listen.
hope Alvarado's shutting it down.
Listen,
Because I don't
I
like
think
Kimbrel.
that this team is built to beat the Braves, and I think they will do just that. They will beat the Braves in the National League Division Series 2 years in a row, 4 games. You can book it.
Geesh.
That's kind of convincing.
I'm ready. I'm ready, baby.
All right.
All right, so let's start with the
ALCS
the
or
ALCS. Let's do the NLCS since we started with the ALDS. So it's going to be for you two,
Braves
Punks,
and Dodgers.
LA, and Braves.
Dude, it couldn't get any better.
It could be.
Dude, let's go LA,
left.
Houston, World Series.
Is that what you're going for?
No, I'm just
That
kidding. I'm just
literally
saying,
sounds like the worst thing
Okay,
in the entire
I feel
world.
like if you're picking the Braves to beat the Phillies, you're picking the Braves for the World
Oh,
Series.
yeah.
Just my
I
opinion.
don't even have to question it right now. Braves and Dodgers, I'm going to go.
Let's not even dive into it at
Braves
this point
and how
because we
much?
already have. Just say who you're picking.
Braves in
And then how many games?
4.
Braves in 4.
Yes.
Jake?
Braves in 5.
Wait, no, it's 7, isn't
Oh
it?
yeah.
Yeah, 7.
Right.
I,
So,
th-
Braves
I
in
was
6.
I was still convinced that you were going to go
Braves
Braves in 4.
Braves in 5. Yeah,
Braves
I'm going to
in
give the
5.
Dodgers 1 win.
Braves in 6. Phillies in.
See, because we picked the Phillies.
Phillies in 5.
Phillies in 6.
Oh. Okay. That's fine. I guess
Like
that's fine.
if the
Okay,
Phillies beat
I
the Braves,
just-
then I'm taking the Phillies versus
Okay,
the
so
Dodgers.
yeah,
but-
I'm just hoping you guys are being completely honest, not just fans.
No,
I
am
trust that you
not.
are.
I honestly
yeah.
feel
Listen.
like genuinely it's the same way I feel about the Eagles this year. I know like that might be a whole separate thing, but I feel like when you have guys like Harper, like Hurts, that are just
Yeah.
as hardcore Philly players as possible, everyone rallies around them. They are built to win. That's what they're driven to do.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
like a lot of other teams that make it all the way and then lose and then become nothing. So
Yeah.
I feel like the Phillies are very much so exactly like the Eagles were last year and now this year.
They have that heart and that
Hurts
fight.
is rallying everyone around him right now. Harper rallying everyone. I mean, you can see it. You can
Yeah.
feel it from all the players. And the Phillies are, I just think they're more focused this year.
I think my thing is right now is I need them to like once they just win the wild card, I think I'll be even more confident.
Going
I'll just
into the
go
series.
I'll just go
See,
Phillies beating the Braves.
Yeah.
But right now it's just like nothing has happened yet. It just makes me want to pick
I
the Braves.
I feel
I
like-
gotta be
But, like-
honest. Like I agree 100% with you. Like I'm even scared like that the Marlins will give us a scare. Like
I
I'm
think
not,
I wouldn't
I'm
be
not going
surprised
in,
necessarily, but
I'm
No.
not going into the playoffs like 1,000%. They're gonna win every series. They're gonna.
Did you
sweep.
last year?
No.
Exactly. That's my thought.
I
is
don't think
last
they're
year,
going to
I'm not
gain
doing
their
it this year.
momentum until the wild card series.
last
though.
year, I think they came in and I didn't even think they could beat the Cardinals. Like that first game was they went up 2-0. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
here's the classic Phillies. But they just had that fight back. I know that the Cardinals blew it, but the Phillies after that did not get a single easy
I think
win.
the biggest thing on the Phillies side is just the like absolute best chemistry within their locker
That's
room
the thing.
of
Yes.
all the teams.
Yes. They have the
you
heart
just
and
see-
soul to get-
You just see that they're so much more connected.
Yeah.
Like not even like in the game, just like as in the locker room. Like
Yeah.
when you
As
see
a
them
group.
celebrating and stuff. Like
All right, next series.
It's ALCS. So it's
For years-
Houston
So
and
wait, recap real quick. Who do you guys have to go into the World Series? Because
Phillies.
Phillies.
Phillies,
Braves.
Braves. Okay.
The ALCS is Baltimore and Houston for us two, right?
No, he has Twins in Baltimore.
Listen,
Oh, you have
after what
Twins.
was promised
Twins
to me,
in Baltimore.
I am hardcore
And
going
you have
Twins.
Houston in
no,
Baltimore?
you already would get it if they
Yeah.
get to the. They
No,
don't even have to get to the World
Baltimore's
Series.
winning that series.
You have
No matter who
We
it
all
is.
have Houston, Baltimore, right?
yeah.
I'm saying Baltimore no matter who.
No, I have Houston, Tampa.
Houston and Tampa.
Okay, so who you picking?
Houston.
And how
Or
many?
Houston. In 5.
I don't remember how many I said Baltimore was winning by, but I'm
Baltimore
going to
over
go
Twins?
Baltimore over Twins in. Well, I could say 3. 4, I mean. I'll say Baltimore in 5.
Okay.
You good over there, bud?
Yeah, my chair.
You want me to go or you want to go?
My chair keeps breaking. You can go if you want.
I say my brain tells me that Houston wins that series
So
in
does
7.
mine. That's why I'm.
But my heart and my soul, my gut says everything that's not logical says Baltimore takes the series in 7, and I hate the Astros, so screw the Astros. I'm taking the
That's
Baltimore
literally
Orioles in 7.
exactly how I feel. Like
7 wins.
I just feel like how can I not pick the Astros? Like
I
it's so hard
agree.
because it makes me feel like I'm just picking the Orioles just because I want them.
yeah.
But yeah, again, I'm just picking the Orioles because I want them.
The Orioles are that does not take anything away from the Orioles. The Orioles are
no.
super talented, and if they beat Houston,
It's
they are
just
the
an
they
They're
are
going to
experience
gain
thing.
all my respect.
yes they are a,
I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's definitely gonna have to go.
which will suck because
you know what? I'm gonna. Here's my little boldness. I guess it's not that bold.
Come on, be bold.
Be bold.
Well, I was gonna say Orioles in 6.
Say Orioles
So
in 4.
Astros
That's
only
even
get
more bold.
2 wins. But all right, I'm being bold.
Yeah, do it.
Astros in 5. Orioles in 5.
Orioles in 5.
That's like a
Ooh.
slightly bold.
Orioles getting 1 game.
Yeah, I'm saying like if you're gonna go bold all the way.
Orioles sweep.
No
That's
way.
so
it.
hard.
Come on.
That would be epic. I would
I
love
know.
it.
Twins making the championship series.
All right, what's your thing then if the Orioles sweep?
Nothing. I know
Exactly.
nothing about these teams.
The best is I had like the Twins
If the-
barely
hold up.
beating Toronto.
I'll
And
do
I was
that
like,
Twins
they're
thing.
sweeping the Astros.
I'll do that Twins thing, but if the Orioles sweep the Astros,
That'll be. I will sell my jersey.
I said, what did I
I'm
say?
just kidding, I
Orioles
would
in
not.
6.
Orioles in 6.
All right,
I
I'm
think
going
that's what I
Orioles in
said.
5. I'm
I
going
can't remember.
bold.
I could have said
I
5.
need
I
my
know.
Well,
one
you
ball
have them
prediction.
playing the Twins. You could have said Orioles in 4, and I
I
would
know.
have
I was
believed.
gonna say
Oh,
you should
yeah,
have a
true.
flip.
if the,
True.
They
if
would
the,
easily
if
sweep
I
the,
don't
the
remember.
Twins.
We'll have to watch it back.
So it's
if
Phillies
the
versus
Orioles
Orioles.
sweep the
or at
Astros,
Braves.
I'll use ketchup and barbecue sauce in my cereal.
All right, who are you taking?
Okay.
I have the in what?
World Series.
What series? All right, I'm
You
going
have the
Astros,
Astros,
Braves.
Ew. That's. I'm not watching.
I'll still
I am not
watch.
watching if that is the series. Who do you root for? The Braves?
I think
Yeah.
I'm going Braves in 7.
I think whoever it is going to be 7.
Okay, I have Braves,
You have
Orioles.
Phillies, Orioles.
I don't think it goes 7.
The best part about Phillies
I
Orioles,
say the
guys.
Braves, Orioles goes Braves in 6.
If you wasn't a traitor and picked the Braves against the Phillies, then you could have said that the Phillies Orioles literally they're like 3 hours apart. So we could have gotten tickets to the Baltimore and Philly World Series
Dude,
games.
and we would be broke and have no money.
And we'd have be down 2 kidneys
We'd be
each.
coming home from like
Um,
Game 4 in Baltimore in like
we wouldn't
not
even
even
be able to
James
pay
We'd
for a
run out
ride
of
back
gas
home.
and then not
How
even
many
be able to
Phillies,
pay
games?
for-
Baltimore, I would say Phillies is. I wanted to win at home, so I'll say Phillies at 5.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm saying Phillies in 7.
Dude,
Phillies
that
at
would be
5.
the most intriguing World Series of all these.
Phillies and Baltimore?
Phillies, Orioles. That would
Yeah.
be sick.
That'd be sick.
I think we'd get like 50,000
Honestly, Phillies and anyone
viewers.
would be.
No, but like
Yeah.
of all the teams that would be fun to watch, I would definitely.
I'll
pick
be
the
honest and
Orioles.
say Phillies in 6. I have Phillies in 5.
So
just
official
'cause
prediction
Phillies
for
in
the World
6.
Series: Braves and Orioles.
I have
Braves
Braves,
come
in
out?
6.
Phillies beat the Orioles in 7 games.
Yeah, let me be clear. Braves beat the Orioles in 6.
Phillies beat the Orioles in 7 games.
Phillies beat the Orioles in 6.
Braves beat the Astros in 7.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Yours is like the darkest timelines. Ours
I
is
know.
like
There's
is
hope.
like bright
There's
and
hope in the
wonderful,
world.
and his is like half and half.
Yeah, but like I'm going completely hardcore honest. He has like bold. He's
Very bold.
And you just like
listen, if I don't know,
Phillies.
may as well.
You're a
feel like-
homer.
listen. I know
I got
that I'm a
nothing to
Phillies
lose.
fan. So
I am too, but like
I know, but I'm saying it comes off as like, oh, you're just picking the Phillies. But I honestly, truly
we
believe
made our
I truly
reasonings.
believe that the Phillies are built for October, and they can beat the Braves. They can beat anybody.
So now
believe
that
that.
we've officially made our predictions,
Let's
as
talk
this
about the
podcast is coming to a close, we need to pick our
Yes.
punishment for
Will.
the
Do you
fantasy
wanna-
draft.
for
Is there any way you can throw a dart to pick your thing?
I think Jeff should just pick one.
All right, Jeff doesn't know. I have them all in, in our
Pull up
sweet
Trello.
We could
Oh,
pick
yeah.
it. We could pick it off camera, unless Ian can just like mix it up and then just.
I have
touch
an
one.
app that I can mix it up.
Oh,
Do it.
Do it real
Do
quick.
it.
All right. While he's doing that,
While he's doing that, the
While he's
Flyers.
doing
No,
that-
no, no, no. Let's pick
Go.
the MVP of the World Series and the most outstanding player of the playoffs.
MVP of the
Oh,
World
that's
Series.
true. We have to pick our MVP of the World Series.
Yeah, that's it.
You guys do that a while. Take your time. Tell
Trey
him why.
Turner.
Tell him why.
Trey Turner
yes.
for the World Series. Bryce Harper for the whole playoffs.
I'm gonna go Mookie Betts for the whole playoffs, and I'm gonna go. I want to say Matt Olson, but I'm gonna go Austin Riley for the World Series.
Go ahead, Jeff.
That's not bad.
I think the Phillies are winning it all over the Orioles. Trey Turner, we think Bryce Harper's built for big moments. Trey Turner's just as big in the WBC and in the playoffs on the Dodgers.
I agree with Jeff 100%, and I
He's
think you
gonna-
should replace Jake on our
Bryce
podcast.
Harper and
You be
Trey
the
Turner
producer.
are going to be unstoppable.
Yes.
Who's
I-
winning MVP,
yes.
Jeff?
Trey Turner wins MVP. And
You're free.
Oh, I'm
for my-
saying Bryce wins MVP, and this is Stott's coming out year, and he's gonna win most.
That's bold.
I
I
think
know, but
it's
I just think this is Stott's
It's
year,
full, but
man.
not unseeable.
so. I have the Braves winning. Ronald Acuna's.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Actually, no.
He's gonna get his
Here, I'll go with
100th
this.
steal in Game
I'll go with
7.
this. I'll
of the
go
World
Ronald
Series.
Acuna, most outstanding player, but I'll go Matt Olson, World Series MVP.
I was gonna go Matt Olson, but I was like, Austin Riley's gonna.
Okay, so I have 7 different punishments written down for our fantasy football. So I just put 1, 2, 3, 4 like that.
Hold
in the
on, you
entries,
kept
and then I'm
that
gonna
one
draw
for
one.
later, right?
Okay,
All right.
I'll draw the number and then read out the punishment.
Oh boy, I'm so
So the number is 5.
Oh, I'm scared for you.
Do we have a drum roll? I wish we had a drum roll. That's what we need.
right, we'll just do it.
I think we need the air horns after he says it. Though.
Okay, number 5 is 1, 2, 3.
Please don't say my name. Please don't say my name.
Flip.
Is
I'll
it-
give you a hint. It's something that he would want to do.
Dang it!
I
he's-
say it.
You
What
gotta
is it?
Run
It
around
says
northeast.
25 push-ups in public.
Oh, okay.
That's not even a
I can do that. Listen, here's why I'm fine with it. Because
did
my
that not
fantasy's
get
going to
told?
take
I
off.
Hold on, we know why you're
Hardcore
fine with it. I'm going to be the
decline
one that's like wash his hair with ranch next week.
Hold up!
Don't give away
Yeah.
punishment!
What I want to do is so bad. I don't want to do it personally, but like I want someone to do it.
What?
Get in that dog cage.
I think
We
that's
didn't
a
write
little
that
too
one down,
heinous
'cause
to
William
do
was-
on the.
Yeah, I think that would be
That's
would be
like
a lot.
straight up torture. I think.
No, it's
All right.
food.
All right,
I
so
hope it's-
next
I hope it's him.
episode,
That's
you guys
pathetic.
are gonna see the video of that happening.
Yes.
I'll probably just vlog it myself,
Okay.
or however I do it.
Works.
You will see that happening on the next episode.
Also, let's give producer Jeff a hand.
Yeah, let's. Thanks, Jeff, for the.
Also, real quick.
Guys, ready? Go.
That's our thing for when the Eagles play.
Yeah.
I hit my wrist so hard.
Anyway, go ahead.
Quick, to like, how do you do it? Do you just like randomly just do 25 push-ups? Do you gotta like ask a random person?
In
like,
public.
do you
It's got
think
to be like tomorrow.
In
We
public.
have the Fire Phillies watching party. You do it then.
Deal.
Work?
You guys can all be there.
All right,
Hold on,
my only problem is he's,
We're in the
he's
middle
totally
of-
comfortable around us.
I'll do it in the middle of Cotman.
Yeah, like
No,
he's got,
we
hold
don't
on.
want you to die.
No, but like he should
Go
like have
and
to like
ask
go
Peter
up.
Myers.
No, like ask him
Come
random.
on into Comedy Street and do
Yeah,
25
like,
push-ups.
I was thinking like But this might be like too much. But like just like go ask a random person.
We'll do something that's good and worthwhile.
Yeah, we'll talk about it
You're
off
gonna
air.
want to see it. We'll just say that.
If they think
Yeah.
you can do it.
So,
Every 3 weeks we'll be having these punishments.
Yes.
yeah.
So me next week because my fantasy is going.
No,
Also,
no,
he
no.
has
I
a
it's
got,
catch
after
I
week
got
defense,
six.
198 points this week.
If this whole
Not one
iPad
week.
situation where we can get the editing going
Yeah.
and everything actually works, then we're hoping to do more and more podcasts because
Yes. And
Jim's going to take over
fuller
podcast
episodes.
editing. I'm going to start getting our beach games video up and running and then potentially doing more skits and stuff. But for now,
Thanks for watching. Yeah.